Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season of AI. And today we are excited to have Preet Singh sir with us, who will be delivering a powerful session on AI and MCP. So, if you are looking to stay ahead in the world of MCP, this is a session you won't wanna miss. So, without any further ado, I would like to invite Preet sir to take us on this exciting journey of MCP. The floor is all yours, sir.
Hi everyone, I am Preet Singh and I will be talking about MCP and how it is used and how we can add them into our daily routine. Cool. So let's quickly jump into the agenda, how we can start. So today we will learn about what is MCP, how it works, and what it is used for. We'll talk about its features and real world scenarios where we can use it and how we can build an MCP server. We'll basically build an MCP server using uh, a framework in Node.js and using JavaScript. But in case you are more into other languages, you can use these links to learn more about them. And the architecture will be same. We'll be using JavaScript, but the other languages follow the same architecture. Cool. Let's start slowly. So, in today's world, we are following agentic coding day by day. We have this VS Code window on the right hand side and on the left hand side or right hand side where you write your prompt and you get some response from the GitHub Copilot and it automatically edits your files, right? But you cannot provide the real time context. Like if you want to write, for example, whenever you are coding and you want to get the real time weather outside, you cannot write here what's the weather outside, and you cannot get the real time weather from this chatbot because it doesn't know about that. It only codes. So it cannot fetch your GitHub GitHub issues. Like if someone raises some issue in your GitHub project, you cannot get that issue here. So if I type, please get the GitHub issues, it will not fetch the issues. Cool. Let me mute my phone. Yeah. Okay, so to do that, we have to tell LLM how to work, right? We have to provide a connector to all the tools that I discussed about, like the weather tool, the GitHub, or the if I want uh, to get the designs from Figma, how the designs are planned there, or if I want to query my uh, MongoDB server or SQL server, then how can I do that from this Copilot? I will teach you that today. It's all done by uh, MCP tool. So we can also make integrations like our custom bots that that can be integrated with different tools. Like for example, if I want to create this uh, connection with GitHub Copilot from VS Code, I can integrate with Postgres SQL and Google Drive and SharePoint, different tools. I can create a connector with all of them. But also, if I want to make the connections in Copilot, I have to do it again. And another tool, if I want to access these tool from another tool, I have to make the connections again and again. Okay. But instead, if I just create an MCP protocol, like model context protocol, and I tell all these uh, agentic tools that I provided all the definitions here, that this is my SQL server, this is my Drive server, and this is my SharePoint. get all the and I just query it, like get the files from Google Drive, it will get the files automatically from Google Drive. Okay, and if I ask it to query the student data from SQL Server, it will get the student data from SQL Server automatically. It will not have to do anything. I just create the connection once and provide these connection details to all the agentic tools that I have. So what is function calling? We use a method called function calling to create this MCP server. What is function calling? It is a way to give an LLM more capabilities. Like your LLM cannot do anything except coding. Then what we can do is we provide it some functions, and it will call those functions to get the additional details. When we give some prompt like fetch the weather for Tokyo or for Shimla, I take two examples. Uh, it will automatically detect which function to use, because we also provide some description with it, and it will let the LLM figure out how to call these functions and what details to pass on to it. So, function calling with MCP can be very like we can freely define our functions. It can either be local functions, it can be deployed on any server, it can be a third party function provided by Figma or provided by GitHub. It can be anything. Okay, we can even access our local files with these functions. We can even access the current weather with these functions. We can even access GitHub issues with these functions. So these functions can be anything. It can either be third-party functions. It can either be deployed on some server. It can either be deployed on our local environment. Okay. So with this, our LLM will be connected to each and every detail. We don't have to provide different connections to our LLM. We don't have to do the work ourselves. So this is like telling our LLM that different details are lying on different servers, and providing the basic description that this server is having the weather details, this server is having my local files, and this server is having the access to my SQL database. You can query that. So by this way, LLM will know that what function to call at what time. Okay. So, for example, I have taken an example of this flight booking or hotel booking or trip management, you can say travel booking website. Uh, Not a website, but let's say if I want to book flights or travel tickets or hotels from my GitHub Copilot, how I can do that? I will just create an find some MCP servers, like servers that will have access to flight booking, hotel booking, and my bank details. This is just an example. Banks are not providing MCP servers as of now, but this is just a booking like example. So if I create this MCP server, create this architecture and tell my LLM that here are the details of the MCP server of flights, hotels, and banks, and here is my local file system. What I want you to do is just book some flights. I want to visit uh, Shimla on this new year. I will just say that. So it will automatically go to some booking website like Mintra, or oh, sorry, Mintra is not a booking site. Make my trip, and it will find valid flights or trains or whatever the easiest way of transport is, and it will tell me that this is the easiest way of transport. Do you want to book your tickets for that? I will say yes. Then automatically it will book the tickets. Now it will book my hotels. Uh, it will find some hotel. It will book a hotel for me, and then it will also have the bank details. It will have a connection to bank, and it will automatically pay for that, and then it will generate some tickets or the hotel confirmation receipts too, and it will save them to my local file system. So the user interface of this chat will be only prompt based. I don't have to click any button. I don't have to visit any website. I don't have to find any hotel by myself. I will just provide the details to this LLM, and I have to provide the whole context, like when I want to visit, how much time for how much time I have to visit, for what kind of hotel do I need? Will it be 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, or 5 star for that period of time? And like that. I have to provide the full context so that it can book the exact flight or exact hotel that I need. Okay, and I have to I can either provide a fallback case if you don't find flights for the new year, book a flight for 1 day before, uh, because it automatically knows that it's not a good thing that if I want to visit there on new year, then why will I visit on 2nd of Jan? So it will not book the flight. I can implicitly tell it that if I don't have if I don't have a flight available for new year, just book a flight for 1 day before. It will do that. So MCP is like a USB-C for AI. It can be connected to anything. In the earlier days, it was like a Motorola mobile have a different charging cable, Apple mobile have a different charging cable, and Samsung mobile has a different charging cable. But now everything can be charged with Type C cables. So MCP server is an open protocol that standardizes how application provides context to LLM. Okay, so it's a basically USB Type C for AI. MCP, through MCP we can connect it to anything. Like we can connect it to weather application. We can connect it to ticket booking application. We can connect it to Figma design application. We can connect it to our GitHub servers, for example. So, Model Context Protocol was created by Anthropic. It was adopted by AI community, and it's still evolving. So there are some parts of MCP. So first of all, there is a host, then there is a client, then there is a server. So let's see what is a host. The host is where we have how we are developing the application. The host of MCP server is how we are where the MCP server is hosted or how we are developing it. And the client is the user of that MCP server, like where the MCP server is being used. It can be GitHub Copilot, it can be Foundry agent, it can be your Microsoft Windows. And the servers are where the server is actually deployed. It can be either a web server, it can either be your local machine, it can either be an HTTP server, it can either be a Foundry server or anything. Okay, so now I will tell you how to create an MCP server, and I will start it from beginning. And I hope you will follow side by side and not miss anything. But before that, I have to tell you that there are multiple SDKs that are available for MCP servers. There is one for C Sharp, there is one for Java, there is one for Python, and there is one for TypeScript as well. So we will follow this TypeScript and JavaScript version because TypeScript is a super uh, script for JavaScript only with types. So we'll follow this TypeScript version. Let me open my terminal and we'll get started from there. Yeah, my keyboard is connected. I think I have to increase the font size somehow so that you can see it clearly. Yep, I think this is good. Cool. So, what I will do is I will create a new folder. I will let's take a demo for weather website. Okay, yeah, my yep cd my yep. Now it's an empty folder, so we will create a node package. Inside of that, we'll write uh, npm init -y. It has created a package. Now I will open it with VS Code. Code Yep, it's open. No, I think my screen is not getting presented. I will share the screen again. Sharing entire screen. Yep, cool. So what I did is I have created a new folder that is my weather MCP. I have cded into it. I have changed directory into that folder. I have moved into that folder. Then I type ls to check if the folder is empty. Yes. Then I did npm init -y. It will create the whole package with the default details. Then I open the VS Code and it's, yeah, it's here. Oh, not this one. Let's open it again. This one. Cool. Okay. Let's create a new file called main.ts. Yep. I will change some things in this file. Script is okay. And I will write the type module. Yep, that's it. Okay. Yep. So why I did it as module is because the package that I will be using is only supported in the module type. So we have to use it as module. Cool. Now we have to install some packages. I will tell you which packages to install. I will also provide you the documentation by end of this video. You have to go through that if you don't understand anything. Okay. Yep. Yep. So this is npm install model context protocol SDK that is provided by this. I will also write -save. Then I will install Zod. Zod is for providing schemas to any application. So we'll write our schemas using Zod. After installing these two packages, you will see that these will appear in this dependency object in our package.json. Then we can start writing our code. Now what we have to do is we have to create a server equal to new MCP. Yep, this MCP server. So it will be automatically be imported from that package that we installed. Yep. Now what we have to do is we have to accept a city, a name of a city, and we have to return that temperature or weather of that city. So I have the code prepared for that. It's okay. It also needs some information. Let's provide that information. So it needs information like its name. Yeah, its name. Let's say my weather MCP to provide weather information. Yeah, and let's provide the version as 1.0. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Tools. Now we have to provide the tool. So tool is basically that function that we need to call. Okay, and it also takes some arguments, that is name, the description of that tool, and the how we are going to fetch, what the parameters are required to fetch the weather. So let's say not with this, just start by using the name of the server, that is, yeah, fetch weather, fetches the weather of given location, and we'll just use yep, city, which is a z dot. So we have to import zod first, z from zod, z dot string. Yep. So we have to describe that string, like so what we are doing here is tool. Yep. Now I have to provide. Yep. So what we did here is we have provided a tool to that server, and we named that tool as fetch weather, and it we wrote a description for that tool, that it fetches the weather of a given location. Let's remove that description from there because we can connect multiple tools here. And then we provided some parameters. We can provide multiple parameters here. So currently we are only providing one because we are only using one. We are using only city name, the name of the city to fetch weather for. Okay, this is the description of that string. So here, what I am doing is the next parameter is async, which is a function, async function, and this city. So this is I destructure the parameter. If you know JavaScript, you must know JavaScript before writing any code. So I destructured the parameters. I am extracting city from it, and now I'm writing that function. So let's return content type text. Cool. I don't know why it's coming deprecated, but let's see. Okay. Mm, Now we have to provide const transport. So basically, the transport is something called like how this server, the MCP servers are run. So it's called a transport. We'll create a new std IO client transport. Yes, this one. Has it imported? Yes. Okay, sorry. It's not client, it's server. And we connected the server with the transport. So this is the whole. So we created this MCP server. Let's now test it. Mm, will I pressed Control P, and now I'll type MCP. Oh, sorry, Control Shift P. Yep. Now I'll type MCP and it will say add MCP server. Now I'll say from command. Now I have to provide it a command. Say npx -y tsx main dot ts. Yep. The name of my MCP server. It is asking me to name that server, so I will name it my fetch weather server. I am making it available for workspace. So it has created this mcp.json file, if you can see, and it has my server and it's in running state. I can stop it from here. I can start it from here. Now let's try to query that server. Yep. So it automatically detected my server, and it said that I will use that my fetch. Yeah, the spelling is incorrect. So it detected that it will fetch the details from this server. I will allowing it. So the response was basically static text. So it will return a static text that the current weather in city is sunny with a temperature of 25 degrees. Okay, so now if I change this, let's see if it works or not, or I have to remove it and add again. Yep, allow. Yeah, it is not refreshing it, so I think I have to stop and start it again. Yep, now it says it's 16 degrees Celsius. So I have a proper code for returning the exact temperature using a weather API. So let's check it out. Mm, yep. Yeah. So what it will do is it will, I will say fetch weather. So it will, yeah, weather of a city. Yeah, it will take the city from the user and it will pass on the city to this function, and it will make a request to geocoding API, Open Meteo API, which will send some details back, which includes the location of that city, like latitude and longitude. Then we will use that latitude and longitude to get the proper details. For example, humidity and other details. Uh, uh, that will be like humidity. What is what was it? Yep. Temperature, humidity, and other conditions, for example. So let's try it out. I change the code, save the code, and go to MCP, stop, and start again. Yeah, let's try again. What is the weather in Kathmandu? I don't know why I typed it Kathmandu, but it came to my mind. Yep. So now it will tell the weather from that API. So temperature is around 8 to 9 degrees Celsius. Humidity is very high with 96 to 98%. precipitation, no rain expected today. And conditions, it is clear with no precipitation. Okay, the temperature has been gradually warming through the morning, about 7 degrees Celsius early morning. So similarly, we can create another MCP server, a new one, uh, or we can provide some tools inside of this server, and we can also connect it using this MCP JSON, or we can add a server and uh, again add it using this command or HTTP server, and we can type another detail and it will always respond. So that's how we create MCP servers and add it to our local environments. So you can create similar type of MCP servers if you want to, and I will show you some documentations which you can refer. Yep. Yeah, so the model context protocol at Microsoft is being the clients and hosts are these listed softwares like Copilot, VS Code, Copilot Studio, Foundry Agents, Visual Studio, and Windows, GitHub Copilot. GitHub Copilot is also, I just showed you that it's a client and a host. Microsoft Teams can access it, a semantic kernel, and the host can also, the tools can be like what tools we can use. There is Azure, there is GitHub, there is Teams, there is Atlassian. We can use n number of tools. What we can also use this uh, the most popular note taking app that we use, that is uh, I forgot the name. Yeah, sorry. I use it every day. Now I forgot the name. So the registries, there are popular registries where we can register our MCP servers. There is a GitHub, there is Windows, and to build the servers, we can use some SDKs, we can use APIs, we can use Azure functions as well. We can use Microsoft connectors, but the basic protocol was provided by Anthropic, so we have to remember them as well. So, little introduction about GitHub MCP registry. There are a lot of servers and tools from the community that can be connected, that connect the models to files, APIs, and database day by day. It was launched in 2025. It is discoverable inside VS Code, and it also has access to one-click install. You can create a server, you can uh, push it to that registry, GitHub registry, and you can uh, install it into the GitHub Copilot just by clicking one click. And for further details, you can visit this github.com/mcp. It will be having all the details for that. And finally, here is like today about today's tutorial and other things that you have to learn. If you want to learn about today's tutorial, the whole code and whole example with documentation is available on the first link. You can click a screenshot. For more training, if you want to learn deep dive into the MCP, there is a whole documentation provided to you, which is MCP for beginners. And there is MCP, Microsoft Learn MCP server documentation available as well. It's like after the beginners, you want to learn deep dive into the MCP servers, you can use this documentation. VS Code MCP support, you can reach out to this documentation. If you want to learn about the protocol, how the protocol was made and how the protocol works, you can read this documentation, model context protocol.io. So there is online Discord community as well. You can use this link to get into the Discord community, AI Discord community. And for today's session, there is a survey. Uh, if you are participating and if you're attending, use this QR code, scan this QR code to fill out the survey so that we can improve the quality of future events, and we get to hear your views, what you want to learn and what you want to listen. That's all from my end. Thank you. We have already taken 40 minutes. I think that was enough for today. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.